Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot prediction for January the 1st, 2019. We're about to change the year. Happy New Year, everybody. So we are going to start with Aries, just like we normally do. Let's see what comes up for you guys. Aries, what we have showing up for you is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is just telling me that you will be making a decision that is going to help you to move forward in a productive way. And what I'm hearing is for the year, for many of you, this is going to be a big, a decision that has big impact for you, Aries. Next up, we are going to go ahead and take a peek at Taurus for January 1st, 2019. Alrighty. So Taurus, what we have showing up for you is the Endurance card in reverse. This is a card that talks to me about being away from somebody and waiting to be back in their presence. This can be if you're doing some kind of long distance relationship, or if somebody's away for vacation or for a business trip and you're just waiting until they come back. And so this is the end of waiting in a situation like that. Does not have to be about geographic location, though. This can also have to do with that there's something that you have been waiting for a while. And what has happened is whatever it is that you've been waiting for has finally come to pass. Or Taurus, the other way that this can come out is that something that you have been waiting for hasn't actually come to pass, but you've kind of come to the point that you're realizing that it's not something that you want to keep waiting for. And so you are no longer waiting. Excuse me as I adjust the camera here. It looks a little strange to me. Let's see. I can hardly read this computer. Hang on. Hello there, Park Unicorn. Glad to see you here. Sarah, hello, hello. It's still the 31st here too, but I'm doing these predictions for tomorrow. What good is a prediction if we're already in that day? Could have already happened. That's what's going on there. Okay, so next up, we have Leos, and this is for January the 1st. Leo, let's see what card comes up for you guys. All right, so for Leos, what we have showing up here is the Prince of Pentacles. This is a really nice card. This does talk about taking care of business, doing what you need to do to bring that cash flow in, and also doing what you need to do to make sure the budget goes as far as you want it to go. So not spending on impulse. This is doing what you're doing, going to work or running your business the way you know that you need to, and making responsible decisions with your money, making sure your budget covers everything. So that's for Leos. Next up, we have Virgos for the 1st of January. Let's see what you guys got. Virgo. Okay, so Virgos, you have the Stoat. Now, to me, this would be the Page of Bows in this deck, or the Page of Wands in another deck. To me, this deck, or this picture, means something different than what this card would mean in any other deck. Basically, it talks about you coming into an understanding, Virgos, of your own self-worth, of your own happiness, doing things to make yourself happy, maybe even to pamper yourself, and feeling really good. Your self-esteem would be growing, Virgo, whenever this card shows up. So good for you guys. Next, we have Libra showing up here. Well, we'll see what we have showing up for Libra, I should say. If you guys are hearing some different noises in the background, it's because I'm at a friend's house recording this, and so everything is not the way it usually is at my house. But still, I think it's a wonderful setting. Okay, so Libras, let's look at you guys. Thank you for the thumbs ups. I appreciate that. Okay, Libra, you guys have the 10 of Wands showing up for the first. 10 of Wands is just telling me that you are dropping some kind of responsibility or letting go of some kind of responsibility that you previously were holding. So Libras, you're going to be taking it a little bit easy, letting things slide a little bit on the first, at least in some particular regard. This can have to do with maybe you would normally take your parents out shopping, and today you're not doing that. Or maybe you would normally take somebody to music practice and you're not doing that. Some kind of responsibility that you're letting go of on the first, Libras. Next up, we do have Scorpios. Scorpio. Showing up for January the 1st. Okay, what we've got here for you guys is the King of Swords. King of Swords, Scorpios, this just means that we are interacting with somebody who is probably an air sign or maybe even an air ascendant. But more importantly, this is somebody who likes to look at things in a very logical way. They like to make decisions based on logic much more than emotion. It's not that they don't have emotions, but they just don't feel like emotions are the best thing to use to make their decisions. Okay, so working with somebody who really likes to think things through, they're also a lover of the truth. They like to get to the bottom of a situation and find out what's really going on there. Not in any kind of paranoid type way, but really in a way of, I care about what's going on. I want to find out what is the real deal, that type of way. Okay. So that's who we're going to be dealing with, fellow Scorpios, on the 1st. Interacting with, maybe is a better way to say it than dealing with. La da da da. Let's look at Sagittarius next. Okay, so next is Sagittarius for January the 1st, 2019. Okay. Sagittarius, what you have showing up here is the King of Cups. King of Cups is somebody who is very much in touch with their emotions, kind of opposite of the King of Swords. They probably are going to be making decisions based on their emotions. They're generally a pretty shoot straighter. They generally shoot pretty straight. A straight shooter. Anyway, they generally shoot pretty straight about what's going on as far as in their emotional perceptions of things, how they feel about things, what they hope for, what they expect, those types of things. They're usually pretty direct. And they will, they really don't have any kind of, when you've got a King of Cups, this is somebody who accepts themselves for themselves. So even though they may not be perfect, they also are not beating themselves up for not being perfect. And they tend to have a bigger level of acceptance for other people around them as well. And so this is somebody that you're going to be interacting with on the 1st. They're Sagittarians. Next up, let's look at Capricorns for the 1st of January, 2019. My camera's a little too high still, isn't it? Still getting used to the new environment. There we go. All right, so Capricorn for January 1st. Okay, Capricorns, what we have showing up here is the Balance card. This just tells me that you are going to be making sure things are very balanced out in your life. Also, for some of you Capricorns, you may have been dealing with somebody who is coming at you in a very off balance way, meaning they're coming at you with unreasonable expectations. And because you are bringing balance to your life, you are going to be getting rid of any kind of unbalanced expectations. So this could be something that manifests in you setting someone straight about what they really can expect from you. This can also manifest as you just sort of walking away from those unbalanced expectations. And for some of you, this is going to be more about yourself, that you felt out of balance yourself. And so you are bringing yourself into a more grounded and balanced situation on the first. Okay. For some of you, this could be where you are feeling hungover and you just want to feel more healthy. So maybe you're doing whatever it takes to start feeling more healthy. Let's see, Jammy Bambi. Hello, hello. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Glad to see you here. Willie Dog's mama. Hey, hey. Glad to see you here, my dear. I was wondering if you were going to show up. I have not moved. Willie Dog's mama. Pretty close to what I said. If you want to summarize it that way, I guess you can. I have not moved. I'm actually staying with friends. I came here to spend a few days and then things kept happening. And so now I'm here till the 4th. And I finally realized, I might actually have to do some work instead of take all this time off. It was just supposed to be a few days originally. I know you were just making a funny. I am glad to be back on camera and talking to all my peeps. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. All right, let's look next at Aquarians for the 1st of January. You got here just in time, Willie Dog's mama. I can't see as well, so if I have pink on my teeth, I'm relying on you guys to tell me right now. I'm just using my little laptop screen as a monitor. Normally I have a 32-inch TV screen as a monitor. I can see much better on that thing. Thank you, Tammy Bambi. All right, so let's see about Aquarius for the 1st of January. All righty, Aquarians. You guys have the Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse. This is just telling me that you're kind of blowing the budget with the intention of fixing it later. So it may be that there's something you should be doing to bring in the money, honey, and you're not. Or it could be that you're doing some impulse spending, or that something comes up that you have to spend money on that you weren't planning on spending money on. Something's happening with your budget that is not the best thing, but you're planning on fixing it later, Aquarius. Next, what we have is Pisces. They're up next. You're gonna you were contemplating whether you would be into it or not. Figuring out how to bring in the moolah. Yeah, because you have to come up with an alternate plan. All right. Well, Pisces, your card just fell. Okay, guys, what you got here is the Justice card showing up in reverse. Now, the Justice card in reverse is telling me that you have made some kind of decision, Pisces, that was in your highest and best interest. It may have been an uncomfortable decision for you to make. And I think what's going on now is that you are reversing that decision, even though you know it was in your highest and best interest. I think it's really been hard for you to stick with this decision. And so what's coming up is you're going back on whatever that decision is, however that plays out in your particular lives, Pisces. So, yeah, if you can avoid going back on that decision, because it is coming in as something that you did for your own highest and best good. I would recommend that. That's the beauty of getting these predictions ahead of time, is that you can change the flow of things by changing your free will if you choose to. Okay? So that's for Pisces. Okay. Alrighty. So that covers everybody. Let me get out of here, and we're going to do a Reiki video here in a second. See y'all soon.